Dr. Roderick, respected guests, esteemed panelists, dear friends, good evening. On behalf of the Asian Research Center for Religion and Social Communication at St. John's University in Bangkok, I warmly welcome you to this special online roundtable on Pope Francis' legacy of interreligious dialogue in Asia. It is a great honor to open today's gathering and to welcome each of you, especially our distinguished speakers representing several major Asian faith traditions, to a conversation grounded in mutual respect, shared humanity, and the hope for peaceful coexistence and collaboration. We meet at a significant moment in the life of the Catholic Church and the world. The recent passing of Pope Francis marks the close of a deeply transformative papacy, one that has left an enduring mark not only on the Catholic Church, but on a global effort towards justice, peace, and dialogue. With the election of the new Pope, Pope Leo XIV, we now look to the future with prayerful hope that the seeds Pope Francis planted, especially in the area of interreligious dialogue, will continue to grow and flourish. Pope Francis' legacy transcends religious boundaries. He was a passionate advocate for the marginalized, a prophetic voice for care of creation, and most importantly for our focus this evening, a tireless bridge builder among faiths. He reminded us again and again that dialogue is not simply a diplomatic tool or an institutional obligation, but a sacred journey, a journey of encounter, of deep listening, and of walking together across difference. As actors in the work of building peace, Pope Francis said that, quote, the role of religion is fundamental. It is not possible to build bridges between people while forgetting God. But the converse is also true. It is not possible to establish true links with God while ignoring other people. Hence, it is important to intensify dialogue among the various religions, unquote. As for how one is to engage in dialogue, Pope Francis stated, dialogue is born from an attitude of respect for the other person, from the conviction that the other person has something good to say. It assumes that there is room in the heart for the person's point of view, opinion, and proposal. To dialogue entails a cordial reception, not a prior condemnation. In order to dialogue, it is necessary to know how to lower the defenses, open the doors of the house, and offer human warmth. End of quote. Pope Francis' witnessing was compelling. From his pilgrimage to Iraq, to his historic meeting with the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and the signing of the document on human fraternity, to his moving encounters with Buddhist, Hindu, and indigenous communities throughout Asia. In all of this, he modeled an approach to interreligious dialogue that was humble, inclusive, and also transformative. He engaged other faiths, not as opponents or objects of conversion, but as co-pilgrims in the shared task of healing our wounded world. And nowhere in this legacy is more resonant than here in Asia, where spiritual diversity abounds and where the work of dialogue is not abstract, but urgent and lived. For decades, the Federation of Asian Bishops' Conferences, or FABC, has emphasized dialogue with other religions as one of the Church's essential activities, alongside with dialogue with other cultures and with the poor. Vietnamese-American theologian Peter Phan said that in our era, shaped by globalization, migration, and digital interconnection, to be religious is in fact to be interreligious. And in Asia, this insight is more than theory, it is a daily reality and indeed a religious imperative. So today's roundtable invites us to reflect together on three guiding questions. What kind of impact did Pope Francis make on the work of interreligious dialogue in Asia? How do we envision this legacy continuing in the years to come within the Catholic Church and among other religious communities? And what must be done by religious leaders, scholars, communities, and individuals in this continent to expand and deepen the work that Pope Francis so faithfully advanced? These are, of course, not easy questions, but they're timely and also necessary, especially now as we honor a spiritual leader who called each of us, regardless of faith, to be artisans of peace, defenders of human dignity, and caretakers of our common home. So as we begin, I invite us all to enter into this space with open hearts, attentive ears, and the humility to learn from one another. May our dialogue today not only honor the memory of Pope Francis, but also inspire fresh friendships, shared commitments, and new pathways of collaboration for the good of Asia and the world beyond. And thank you, and I invite for you to begin the conversation this evening.